Development reached South Florida in the late 19th century, bringing significant changes to its virgin forests. Since then, urban expansion has fragmented and devastated important parts of these native forests, including the atala butterfly, which was considered to be extinct by 1965. In 1979, Roger Hammer made a rediscovery of some atalas at Virginia Key. He raised them at his home before returning the adults back into the wild. His passion and teachings have inspired us to continue working to protect butterflies in Florida.
Montgomery Botanical.
Hi, I'm here to pick up the atala butterflies.
Okay, come on through.
Thank you. They collect the atala butterfly caterpillars and pupa around the plants that he takes care of at Montgomery, and they do a lot of research on different types of plants, and part of those plants are cycads, which the coontie is a cycad plant, so that I can rehome these atalas in the pine rockland at Zoo Miami. As soon as I put them on the coontie here, they're going to go ahead and start eating. We're doing something very similar that Roger Hammer did, redistributing the atala so they're not all concentrated in the same location. The pine rockland here around the zoo is the largest fragment of pine rockland outside of Everglades National Park. So butterflies and moths have a really important role. We have many different endangered and threatened plants within South Florida, and without the insects like butterflies and moths to pollinate them, the plants wouldn't exist either. In 2020, we developed a conservation program for the atala butterfly and its host plant coontie with Fairchild Tropical Botanical Garden. Members of their native plant network can receive butterflies from the zoo.
The Native Plant Network is a community science initiative that Fairchild started back in around 2008. And the goal is to provide native plants to homeowners, schools, and businesses so that we can connect sparse pine rockland habitats to each other through planting these native plants in people's yard.
I joined Native Plant Network because I love plants, I love native plants, and they give free plants and they give that starter kit.
It's a wonderful source of information. It's a wonderful source of meeting and being with and enjoying nature with other people.
I thought that was a great program. Pick up way to expand native plants in our yard.
If we plant native plants in these neighborhoods that traditionally are landscaped and things with exotic plants, instead of having these plants that don't serve any ecological function, we can have native plants in people's yards that do serve an ecological function and can help species kind of have a place to rest in between when they're traveling from little preserve to preserve.
So we're on our way to go see David King. He's a member of Fairchild Tropical Botanical Garden. I expect to find some coontie since he's part of the program, and it'll be really interesting to see what he has for the butterflies.
I've been a member for about 5 years, I think. So it was just such a good idea. I just can't believe it, to establish a connectivity for the different endangered species and all the species have more space, but also to be able to get from one area to another and move.
I am a member of Native Plant Network, probably since 2017. In this yard, there were already plants, but we planted more native plants, and definitely we started finding the caterpillars, and then the adults are very common here now. So they're moving around, and now they're established. Like I see the adults, I find the caterpillars all the time, which I think is one of the main goals of Native Plant Network, is to do that, to connect, reconnect what was, has been disrupted.
At least 30 years we've been members. We have appreciated Fairchild and the Kampong, the original residents for Fairchild, and what they do.
We have all kinds of butterflies, but we have the atalas since we've been in your program with Zoo Miami and the atalas. We've released them, I don't know, at least a dozen times, I think, and they do come back.
So the atalas definitely have made a comeback since I started paying more attention to nature in around 2016, 2017. It's not uncommon for me to be just in a neighborhood and all of a sudden I'll find some atalas where definitely several years ago I would not have expected to see atalas there. And whenever I'm out exploring, even urban areas, I like to use iNaturalist. It is really great for learning about the biodiversity around you, and it's a really great way to connect with the community around you as well, to learn all about all different types of species that we have here. They may be making discoveries that are important for scientific research. So it's huge having so many people looking around. The more people that are out finding things, the more interesting discoveries will be made.
Kids love to grow plants. Like they love to see the plants, grow the plants, watch them, and then especially when they see like a butterfly or some other native organism come, then they get thrilled. When people see that small changes that they do and just in their own yard, like they can visualize and see wildlife coming in, because it's very disheartening seeing all the development down here.
In urban environments, butterflies and moths can exist if you build the gardens for them. You have to have a caterpillar host plant, which is what the caterpillars will eat. And then you also have to have many different nectar sources. So a lot of different flowering plants, because they need different things in order for their life cycle to be complete. Unfortunately, not all butterflies have this success story. Miami blue, Florida leafwing, and Bartram scrub hairstreak butterflies are still endangered.
We work with the Bartram scrub hairstreak and we survey for, we do population surveys for the Bartrams.
Whenever we find a butterfly, whether it's an egg or caterpillar, we can take a point using this GPS. It also lets us go back to the exact same location where we found it before so that we can evaluate it a second time, maybe in a different type of season, see how things are going in the environment. Our research continues for the Bartram scrub hairstreak butterfly. It's just the beginning for this species as we try to understand them and learn how to rebuild their population.